Another world, another time, in the age of division. Thra, a thriving world among the stars orbiting three suns. At its center, in the land of Scarith, stands the Crystal Castle. Home of the Crystal of Truth, the heart and life of Thra that connects all of its creatures. There skulk the Skeksis, self-proclaimed lords of the crystal, whose greed and malice cracked Thra's heart, blighted the land, and drove all insubordinates to their destruction. With the new threat of the dreaded Arathim ascendancy moving across Scarith from the east in a wave of destruction, the Skeksis once again gather in their crystal chamber as the first sun climbs to its peak, to consult the wisdom of their source, their weapon, their treasure, their fate, their dark crystal. But hope is not altogether lost from Thra for the Gelfling. Those closest to its song have begun to organize into an army, a militia, a resistance in defense of their world. Mother Agra, the eyes and voice of Thra, slumbers in her journey across the stars. Her wisdom can no longer aid them in this cause. In the fight to repel the Arathim invaders, the Gelfling must stand alone. All of you as well have a part to play in the fight for freedom. All of you must learn to heed the song of Thra and stand to defend it, even until you return to the soil and the seas of its energy. Alright. So we're gonna start by heading over near between the Endless Forest and the Caves of Grot into the land of the tall trees here. And our first scene is going to start with a young Gelfling making her way through the heavy forestation. So we're gonna start with, if we can look here, let's have Ayla, please describe your character.
Okay. So Ayla is a young Vapran Gelfling. She has the trademark long, smooth blonde hair that most Vaprans have. She's dressed in like kind of fine clothing, but it's definitely personalized in her own way to like assist her in venturing through the wilderness and things like that, because she does have a bit of an adventurous side to her and wants to be able to explore easily, and stuff like that. She's very energetic, very curious, so she's just kind of like ducking and weaving through the trees, looking up at around, seeing everything that she can see, and just kind of quietly wandering through the forest, excited to see, whatever the day has to show her.
Okay, excellent. Let's have you make a tracking test here.
Okay.
So your difficulty. Let me actually bring up my my own cheat sheet here, so I have that on hand. I'm gonna say your. Oops. Where are we here? Dark crystal. There we go. All right. Let's say that your difficulty is gonna be a 4. So go ahead and roll on. You can use the roll command. You should be a D6. And if you have anything on your for tracking, you can add that as well.
That's going to be a 4.
4. Okay. And did you have you don't have any bonuses or anything?
No, I have artistry, and I have hold on, where's the other one? Awareness.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. Okay, but a 4 matches it, so it's gonna it's gonna do it for you. So as you're making your way through tall trees, you're going to hear the very familiar sound of a certain friend of yours. And you see kind of a shadow up above you, and the trees kind of flitter down, make its way through the trees, and come out into the clearing. This is a wind sifter, which I believe I can probably pull one up for the chat. A wind sifter. Oh gosh, it's giving me a bunch of machinery. Okay, let me copy and paste.
Here,
this
wait,
into the chat.
I actually have a picture of my wind sifter friend.
Oh, no,
I can
wait.
drop it in the
Put it into general, maybe.
the general discussion. Yeah.
Sounds good. Oh, look at that. There's your friend. All right, so what does this guy have a name or?
Oh, I haven't thought of one yet. I really was supposed to.
Okay.
But the name will come to me. It
All right,
will.
that's fine. We'll go nameless for now. He's gonna come down and kind of flitter and land on your shoulder. His tail's gonna kind of flick, which is a friendly gesture of intimacy there, that he knows you.
Absolutely. And I instantly recognize my little best friend as well.
Awesome. How long have you known this little guy before?
I'd say it's been maybe about a year. I mean, like I don't know 100% things about like their lifespan and such, but I want to say that, I'm a young gelfling. It's a relatively young wind sifter, but like it's independent in its lifestyle, so we can just kind of hang out and play and stuff like that.
Very cool. Okay. Excellent. And what is your plan for the day today? Like what did you come out here to do? Just to see your friend, or is there anything specific you've come to do?
Well, my other what's the clan? The Stonewood. I have some Stonewood friends that I was hoping I could find today, and see if they were interested in, going on some sort of adventure. We always kind of get up to some sort of mischief whenever the three of us are all together. So maybe I figure I would go look for them and see if we could have some fun.
Okay, sounds good. Let's see here. Let's make one more tracking test here to try and find your friends, the brothers Namdi and Gren are their names.
Yes.
Right, let's see if you can track them down here.
And not get lost this time. I've gotten lost many times before.
That's right.
No, I do not have such luck.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so you're gonna wander around here in the tall trees, and the day's gonna get later, and the places that you usually will meet up with them don't look so familiar anymore. You take a couple turns that maybe you're not confident with, and so eventually you come to a clearing that you don't recognize at all, and the trees are tall enough here to warrant the name of the area you're in, where you cannot see the suns moving in their rotation. It's hard for you to determine where you are referencing the suns and where they are in their orbit. So let's see here. There we go. It's a little darker here. It's a little quiet, and you hear kind of the scamper in the underbrush of the creatures that you're really familiar with here, and you're going to see. Let's see. I'm gonna roll for this here. You're going to find a. Okay. You're gonna see that it's not a creature that's moving, but it is what's called a phyllite. Phyllite? I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Which is basically this large mound of what looks to be like rocks and stones covered with moss. that's actually a living creature, a very, very like slow metabolizing creature. So it almost gives you a scare for a second, but as you get closer, you can see that this is just another one of the creatures of Thra, and from it you can hear, almost sense that kind of energy from Thra, the song of Thra, I guess you could say.
Fascinating.
Okay, perfect.
I'm entranced by this this living thing that I see before me.
Let me. Are you gonna try and communicate with it?
Oh, if I can, I would love to
You can
try
give a
that.
shot at it. I'm just pulling up its info right here. So you're going to need to make a wild sense or an ancients test. Now, I'm not going to
Okay.
tell you the difficulty, but I'm just going to say wild sense or ancients, whichever you'd like to make.
All right. Well, either of them is just going to be a straight D6, so I'm just going to hope for the best.
Okay.
But I think just for flavor senses, I'm probably going to be using wild sense because of
Sure.
my, wanting to be friends with every creature that I see.
Yep. Perfect.
Oh, I got 5.
Oh, you got a 5. Okay, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So are you speaking, or what are you doing to try and communicate with it?
I feel like I want to kind of inch up closer to it, and I hear its little kind of rhythm that it's got going on, doing its own thing and just vibing, and I just kind of want to hum along with it and just kind of maybe sit down next to it and feel up the grass near it, and just be like, hey, I'm here, I see you, how you doing?
Sure. And as you do that, it kind of groggles out this very deep guttural sound that you want to assume is language, but really it just sounds like gravel being mixed. You just cannot understand for the life of you what it's trying to communicate. But after a few moments of you laying your hand on it and trying to kind of communicate, you notice that it starts to kind of pull into the ground, and the grass and the dirt around it starts to kind of pull inwards, half burying it as it kind of almost disappears into the ground, and you feel yourself kind of sinking down until it's almost a completely flat surface. It's now kind of in the ground now. It's kind of retreated downwards.
Fascinating. Okay, yeah, you sleep now. You must be tired.
And as you say that, let's have you make a hold on here. Let's do make an awareness test.
Oh, I have a +1 to that.
There you go. Now, is your skill in awareness
So
itself,
that's going to be a 5.
or just the set of 3?
I chose that set, but then
Yep.
my specialty is in awareness.
Okay, so that'll give you a +2 then. So it's going to be a 6.
Oh, +2.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
So you get a +1.
Okay, that's right. Because then +3 is mastery.
That's right. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So
then that's a 6.
That's a 6. That's a great. Okay, that's a good roll. Okay, so you're gonna hear the snapping of branches behind you, directly out of your vision. It sounds larger than you would assume it to be, from what you know of the creatures around here.
Okay.
And
so currently I just hear it. Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
currently you hear it, but if you're looking around trying to get a view of it, you catch a view of something very, very large, going behind a clump of trees, and then you see movement behind the tree as if it's moving upwards.
Interesting. Can I check to see my little wind sifter buddy? How are they reacting to this?
Yeah, sure thing. You can make I'll say you can make a wild sense test to see how he's doing. Try to get a sense of how a wild animal's feeling.
That's going to be a 4.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm gonna say that you can tell that something is uneasing him, and he's kind of waiting for your okay to fly, basically, to get up high.
Okay. Yeah. He should definitely flutter off and get to somewhere safe. I
Sure.
will, see if there's like anything else nearby, like anything that looks like I could hide in, or like a different tree to climb up or something.
Sure. All right. So you give him the command, and he's gonna give a little squeak and fly off. And you start kind of looking for anywhere to get behind. It's really just trees at this point. It's very low underbrush, but nothing that you could really conceal yourself with. You're just gonna have to go for a tree, if anything.
Okay. Yeah, I'll climb up a tree.
Okay, sure. You're gonna climb up a tree? You said?
Try to. If there's
Try
like
to?
if there's like low branches for me to grab onto and stuff like that, or
Sure.
if not, I'll just hide
Yeah,
behind a tree.
okay. Alright, make a climbing test. Let's see if you can get up.
Alrighty.
Ooh, okay.
That's a 3.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say that it's as you try and grab branches, all the ones that you grab are gonna snap off, kind of making you wince as your position is further revealed from these snapping twigs coming off in your hands.
Yeah.
And as you back up, you hear something behind you, and looking up, you see high above you, in the branches, is a large. Let's see, I gotta pull it in here. Let the suspense build here. There we go. It's a large Arathim spitter here. So, just as you see this, high above you, you're going to see another figure. Much similar to your own size this time. But off to the side, you're going to see another Gelfling. Now, Hop, if you could describe your character for us.
All right. Hop is a Groton. Well, he probably appears somewhat Groton, but with darker hair. He's actually half-blood. Kind of. I imagine him kind of looking like a male version of Deet, but with kind of like brown hair. It's a bit curly. And he has kind of his clothes that probably to other Gelflings who haven't seen Groton would seem kind of stitched together, look like pieces of plant material and moss and maybe some like animal scales and various parts fed off animals. So he looks kind of scruffy probably compared to other Gelflings. And yeah, he has a sword. So do I guess I walk up and I see what's going on.
Yeah, you see that there is an Arathim spitter hissing at this what looks to be a Vaprin, alone in the woods.
All right. Or I guess I'm probably very like intimidated, but I am going to move in to try to help her.
All right. Perfect. Okay, so this is what's going to start as what's kind of an action scene. So think of like a standard combat for anyone who's familiar with D&D or similar games. It's really streamlined and simple. Basically, you guys are going to do what you want to do, and then all of the enemies do what they do after you. Now, it's not like D&D where there's like actions and movement and things like that. It's very much just like within about, I think, 6 to 10 seconds is the round timing. So whatever you can realistically do in that time, you do that basically. So let's go from there. Hop, how would you like to stand against this Arathim threat that is moving in here? Or what would you like to do, basically?
I would like to move in and probably attack it with my sword.
Okay, sounds good. So go ahead and I believe your sword's probably a finesse. I'm gonna assume.
Yeah, at least that's how I kind of wanted to use it.
That's fine. No, yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And you said six durability for that?
Yeah, probably 6 durability is fine. So go ahead and make a finesse roll. If you specialize in finesse, then you'll have the +2 to add on.
Okay. So I guess, it's a 3, so that would be a 5.
A 5? Okay, sounds good. And then for the Arathim itself here. Okay, so you just barely beat it there. So it's going to take 1 damage. How are you fighting? What's your kind of strategy here? Are you just going all in, or are you trying to be more careful, or what's your tactic?
I'm trying to be careful, somewhat defensive of the other Gelfling, and maybe just trying to scare this thing away.
Sure. Okay, so as you handle the blade as best you can, as you've read in your books and seen the illustrations of great heroes wielding swords, you do your best to thwack, and you hear a heavy crack on its head, as it wasn't really expecting something as small and as timid looking as you to really do any damage. It's now realized that you are actually a reasonable threat here, but you're gonna thwack it right on the head and deal a point of damage. So that's great. Ayla, what are you doing?
So upon seeing this other Gelfling, like just come in and come to my defense like that, I'm like just in a little bit of shock for a second, because like I've never seen this giant creature before. Like it's terrifying, but like at the same time I want to help. So I'm just gonna like look around and see if I can find anything I can pick up. Like I don't know if there's like one of the branches that's snapped off. I could use that as like a weapon, or like a little.
Sounds good.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah. So go ahead. You can use just an improvised weapon is fine. Just one of the branches. Now, I did forget. It's not going to matter now because you were successful, Hop. I literally just forgot this because I'm not used to it. When you're using a weapon that is specialized for a certain skill, or in this case, if you use gear that is specialized for a skill, it'll say in the gear, say like finesse or strength, things like that. When you use a piece of gear like that for a skill, you get to roll 2 of your die, in this case 2d6, and pick the higher. So it's like D&D's advantage. So in this case, if you're using an improvised, you're not going to have that 2d6. So you're only going to roll 1d6. I'll let you choose finesse or ferocity. I don't know if it really makes any difference for you. But it's just going to be a 1d6 roll. And if you don't have a specialization, then it'll just be a straight roll. So there we go. Oh no.
Dear.
Oh no.
This is my first fight that I've ever been in. So.
The unfortunate thing is that the Arathim actually rolled a 1 on his die, so it would anything but that would have worked. So in this case, I'm gonna say because 1's decreased your ability, you're gonna just like lay into this thing with the branch, and you're gonna feel it snap right as it hits it. So it's barely gonna do anything to him. You picked up a flimsy stick by accident.
Yeah. Well, it did break when I tried to climb, so I guess that makes sense.
Indeed. Alright, so the spitter is going to shoot out... let's see here. This is going to be a poison spitter, actually. I'll say Hop. You don't really have anything to block with per se, at least not to block this spit attack. If you had a shield, that'd be a different story, but in this case you don't. So you're gonna have to make a, I believe it's a reflexes test. It should be the other one. Yeah, reflexes test there.
And that's not hindered or advantaged or anything?
Nope, not hindered or advantage. Just a straight dodge here.
4?
4, okay. And it's gonna roll a 6, so it's going to hit you here. It's gonna wind up and spit a heavy glob of poison, and you're gonna feel kind of it hit you right in the face, and your eyes are gonna start to burn here from the damage.
Oh.
And it has blinded you for it'll take about an hour to wear off, which you may or may not know, but you basically, you can't see anymore, and you've still got your sword in your hand, but everything's gone dark, and you can still hear it hissing and coming towards you. So, go ahead if you want to if you want to try attacking again, you can go for it. It'll be hindered.
Okay, yeah, I do want to attack.
Sounds good.
So I would roll 2d6 and take the lowest.
That's true. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So you do the same command, but you just do 2d6 instead.
Okay, and I don't add anything to those, right?
If you don't have any.
Whoops, did something.
Oh, if you have any special, do you have any specialization in finesse?
I do. I just didn't know if because of the hinder. So do
yeah.
I still add?
You still add, yeah. You still add, yeah.
And you said that was a +2 last time. I think
it's a +2, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you roll you just do 2d6 all in one command there. Yeah.
Okay. I did. Well, the first time it did something weird, so I'm just gonna do this twice.
Yeah. Just do roll and then space 2d6, and that should. Oh yeah, that works too.
Oh.
Okay. So your lowest one is 1.
So I rolled a 1. Yeah.
Okay, and is it a specialization in finesse or just in the combat and fighting?
In combat, and then the specialization of finesse.
Okay, so that'd be a +2, so that's a 3 total. In this case, that's not going to be enough. Go ahead and decrease your sword's durability by 1. And then you're just gonna be like wildly swinging at this point, and you can hear it moving towards you, but its legs hitting the ground seem to be all around you, and you can't seem to get a good hit on. Ayla, you're watching this thing go for a hop here. What's your strategy?
Okay, do I see any stones lying around? I want to try to like
plenty.
Throw a stone or multiple at it to try to distract it, and I'm yelling I want it to turn to come after me.
Sounds good. Yeah, you can make a marksmanship test for that.
Okay.
I'll just do it against its defense here. So you're gonna need a 3 or higher.
Another
not doing
one.
so well. Another one. Okay, so
I am a lover, not a fighter.
You're gonna throw a stone, and it's just gonna bounce off trees, and it just disappears. You don't know where it went, but it definitely didn't hit the Arathim. All right.
But I do still want to be yelling at it.
Yeah, sounds good.
I want to try to just be like, hey, over here.
Sure. Let's. I'll give you another test for that. Let's do. Let's see. What do we want to do? Maybe. Just give me a straight roll, maybe. Just give me a straight roll without. Well, I don't know if it will. I can't find a skill that matches.
We'll see how distracting I can be.
There you go.
It's a 2.
All right, I'll roll against it, and yeah, it completely ignores you. It goes straight for Hop, and it's going to make another attack on Hop. Hop, go ahead and make me a reflexes test with that's hindered, 2d6. Take the lower. You can
Right.
actually just do, if you put a 2 in front of the d6 without any spaces between it, it'll roll 2 of them for you. Save you some
Oh,
time.
Alright, so roll 2d6.
Okay, so that's a 1 on the hinder because you're blinded here. So it's going to basically knock you down here. And you're going to go ahead and take a point of damage. So you're going to mark, it should be like the D4 signal on your character sheet. You're down to a D4 for all skill rolls now, until you get healing. And it's got you basically pinned by the arms. You can't fight against it. What are you going to do?
Oh, wow. Okay, I can't fight against it at all. Gosh, what can I do? Is there any type of combat maneuver I could do at all?
It's really the limits of your imagination at this point. It's like anything that you want to try and do, we can interpret it.
Okay, but I can't like stab up at it.
Yeah, you can give it a shot. I mean, it's right on top of you, so I'm gonna say that it wouldn't be hindered if you know it's pinning you down. Just blindly stabbing up, I'm gonna say that's not gonna be hindered, even if you're blinded.
Okay.
So you can do a straight 1d6, 1d4, sorry, 1d4 plus 2. So just roll the it'll be a it'll just be a roll d4 this time.
Okay. 1d4.
Okay, that's
looks
that's
like
still
that
pretty
was
good. That's still pretty good. I'm gonna roll under there. Okay. So this thing, just as it comes down, you hear it screeching out. You blindly reach up and you feel your sword pierce through the soft underbelly right under the scales and sink into something vital because it's going to just yank back in pain and start screeching. You have obviously injured it quite heavily as it's going to kind of defensively back up and start swinging its legs at you. And it's no longer pinning you down. But you can sense that it's retreating.
Yeah, I think I just want to like let it retreat. Maybe like if I think that's the direction it's going, maybe try to intimidate it and just scare it off.
Okay, sounds good. That sounds good. Ayla, are you doing anything during this?
Upon seeing like Hop's plan of like trying to scare it off, I want to just kind of join in. Like I'll just grab another stick or a stone or something, and I'm jumping up next to my new companion and shouting and trying to scare it off as well.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna say because it's injured, it is going to with a one final hiss back off into the underbrush, and you can see it scuttle off out of your eyesight. It has fled. Okay. So now everything is quiet once again. The two of you are left alone.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like kind of just looking around because I can't see really now, and I'm just like, are you okay?
Oh my god! So like seeing this other poor gelfling who's like got muck on his face, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm fine. Are you okay? Can I help you? And I like I know you can't see, but I wanna help like remove the stuff off of you, but I don't want to like touch you without it being okay. So I'm like just kind of like trying to assist, and I'm so sorry that you got spit on because of me. Oh my goodness.
Well, it's not your fault. But my eyes they burn, and I can't see I wouldn't turn down any help if you can, but
Absolutely. I'm just immediately ripping out, like, if I have a handkerchief or even just like a piece of my sleeve or something, and I am just wiping the gunk off of his eyes,
Sure.
and trying to, yeah.
Yeah, he's also got a little bit of a wound on his torso as well, from when the
Oh my
thing
goodness,
actually had to
there
come
goes
down.
the other sleeve.
Yeah.
The other sleeve is coming off, and I'm wrapping the wound.
Okay. Go ahead and make a healing test. This will probably just be the standard healing test. It'll be difficulty 5, so you
Okay.
get 5 or higher.
Oh, alrighty. Well, we'll see. No, that's a 1.
Everything you do just makes it worse. You're getting dirt in the wound.
I'm useless.
You wrap it too tight. It's sore. Hop. This Gelfling is not making your life any easier right now.
I just kind of like back off a little bit, and I'm like, oh, thank you for the help. I think I'll be fine. And
my
I
gosh.
just I'm gonna like put my hands out and try to get a bearing of like where I am.
Sure. You're gonna need a bit of a guide here because you can't see nothing for the next hour here, but yeah, you'll have plenty of help there. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Awesome. So with that, we're gonna kind of jump scenes here. Now that that's over, we're gonna jump over to near the plains of the castle here. So let's switch over here. I believe I have something Alright, there you go. Alright, so we have the plains of the castle kind of near the burnt wood. There is a secret valley that is kind of dusty and kind of forgotten. And this is the Valley of the Mystics. And the first kind of creature we see here in this valley is a short little gelfling. Now let me bring it within here. Brina, could you tell us about your character?
Brina is a Spiridon. They have dark tannish skin with black hair. Hers is short. She's more tomboyish and is totally okay with being dirty. She likes to cook and try and use her cooking for healing and learn as much as she can with the two. She ventures to the Valley of the Mystics to help bring provisions and try very hard to learn from the Mystics. However, with the way that they speak, sometimes it's very confusing.
Awesome. And on this kind of regular trip that you're making to the Mystic Valley to bring a cartload of provisions here, it's not a very commonly known task among the Gelfling clans. The Mystics are kind of considered to be more of a myth than anything. They're not very well known. But you're one of the few that know the Mystics and meet them regularly. But yeah, like you said, a little hard to understand sometimes. This time itself, as you come over kind of down into the wooden ramp leading down the spiral into the valley, you see that there's unusual activity among the Mystics today. That some of them are working on medicine and others are kind of discerning the stars and trying to ascertain the future. And in particular, you notice that there is some busyness around the master's kind of den. Now, maybe, how well would you say that you know Ursu the Master?
I can identify. Probably doesn't remember my name. Because normally more with the ones that handle there's a mystic for cooking.
Yep.
And a mystic for healing, and there's a third one. Like, there's a mystic for a lot of things, but the ones that she
Yeah.
hangs out with mostly are those, and usually trying to go from one to the other to try and learn whoever is one. So there's cooking, a herbal, and a healing that she kind of goes to and is closer to than
Right.
any of the others.
And you notice today that Ernal the herbalist and Urim the healer are both moving about Ursu's kind of den there. There seems to be something important that is going on. And as you kind of step in and where you're very familiar, step in to investigate, you notice the unfamiliar form of a gelfling laying unconscious upon a stone bed. Someone that you've never seen before, but seems to be a very different looking gelfling. Not one that you're very familiar looking. Could be a Stonewood, could be maybe even Groton, you're not sure. But they look like they've been traveling for a long time.
Kind of just like drops the basket, runs over. Oh, what do we have here?
And Urim the healer is going to kind of point with one finger, and you're going to see that under the outer kind of coat that she's wearing, this gelfling has sustained a lot of damage on her journey here, whatever brought her here. And looking to you, Brina, Urim the healer is going to ask for several different herbs that you're very familiar with, to fetch them for him, basically, from his kind of area that you're very familiar with.
Okay. Brina immediately goes, picks up the basket, unloads it as fast as possible with the provisions, and then scurries about getting all of the items that are listed and putting it in the basket to bring it to them.
Sounds good. Perfect. You bring these herbs, and Urim and Ernal immediately begin to crush them up and mix them together and paste them and apply them to the wounds, as well as kind of a very hearty broth that they pour gently back into this gelfling's mouth. And after a few minutes of this tender care here, the gelfling is going to come to. So we'll have... I know there's been some technical difficulties here, but Swinks, are you with us? Maybe not. Let's see. Let me give her a little ring-a-ding-ding here. Swinks. I don't know if she can hear me or not.
There's a message in announcements about 20-ish minutes ago that their computer crashed, everything is frozen, can't see or hear, and they're on their way back.
Yeah, that's right. I thought, yeah, because I saw that, and then I saw that she was... Oh, let's see. I can restart Discord. Can you hear me? Okay. Hold on one second. Let's see. Discussion. Okay, let's see. Okay, just waiting on Swings here. Oops, I should probably get that
Let me know.
Oh no! Our final gelfling.
Yeah, you can hear me. Good.
Oh, you in? There you go. Nice. Okay, so, were you able to... How much did you hear, or did you just barely get back in?
I heard about the gelfling that was hurt.
Yes.
And then it disappeared again, so...
Okay, cool. So, the gelfling that has been tended to by the mystics, who has been maybe come here from a long way, that is you. So if you could describe your character, what she looks like for us.
Alright. I am a Groton. very light green skin, kind of Viking-like hairstyle. She is like very spiritual and witchy. Caring for creatures close to home, healing whoever needs it. Yeah,
Okay.
pretty
Perfect.
much.
Excellent. So you come to Swinks and you see that you have made it to the Mystic Valley for, whenever this happened, I'm not sure, but in your past you saw a terrible vision of things to come and wars and death in the future. And these visions drove you to travel from your home in the caves of Grot across to the Mystic Valley, and you finally arrived, but it nearly cost you your life. And so you're just barely coming to. You see that your wounds are being tended to by the mystics, and there is a curious, what looks to be a Sprighton gelfling standing over you.
Okay.
Brina, what do you say anything to Swinks as she wakes up? You see that this strange gelfling is awake.
Gets like super close, almost a nose to nose. No, are you awake?
I'm very confused, but kind of look around, trying to figure out what time it is, where I am.
And Urso, seeing that you're confused, seeing that you're confused, is going to explain to you, my child, you are in the Valley of the Mystics. And you look around and you notice that there are these strange, like, kind of huddled over creatures, all very old looking, all moving very kind of sweeping motions. And you realize that this is the one of the places that you saw in those visions was this valley, this ancient hidden valley, with these ancient hidden creatures.
Yes, the visions that I had were a bit all over the place. I saw like bits and pieces. It's like not very clear how, what, and where. But I had a feeling I had to come here and warn them for things to come.
Brina, what do you think of this?
Just kind of big, wide-eyed. Not sure. That seems more worldly than what she knows, like her village and the Mystic Valley.
Right.
Oh.
And Ursu is going to, once you've kind of had a chance to recuperate a bit, have something to eat, something to drink, to feel more like yourself, your staff in hand, the mystics are going to kind of gather you together, and the Ursu, the master, is going to, there's a kind of a green bowl of liquid. He's going to wave his hand over, and a large, at least to you, a large crystal shard is going to come up out of the green goop and kind of form a physical crystal almost, in a strange way, in a kind of a magical way. And he's going to explain to you that, let me make sure my notes are here. He's going to say that, young Brina, young Swinks, the Song of Thra has called you here to answer its need. For Thra is pained It is dying. And only Gelfling hand can restore its lost strength. Now, Brina, in your travels to the Mystic Valley, have you ever kind of experienced anything of besides bringing them supplies? Have you ever been tasked with anything by them before?
Nothing more than like, go get this, go get that. Can you bring me more pie? Stuff like that.
Okay, cool. And Swinks, you this crystal shard that you see, this is a piece of imagery, a motif, a visual image that you are familiar with. You've seen this before in your visions. Again, it was very split and chaotic, but this resonates as a very familiar image to you.
Yes, it keeps popping up in my dreams. The dreams that I've been having since I can remember. But it keeps coming back in different ways.
Awesome. And he's gonna explain that from each of the 7 Gelfling clans, you must retrieve a crystal shard. These are the shards that will restore the Gelfling people to the strength they need to overcome the coming threat. You must go to each of the 7 Gelfling clans. Go to Stone in the Wood, and you will find one who can lead you, who can hear the song of Thra. You must go, little ones, and bring these back to us.
Rena is kind of looking around like, wait, who? What? Huh?
Swinks?
It seems like a task that I couldn't do on my own. I need help and guidance to get to the place.
You will find guidance as you follow the suns to their highest peak. You will reach Stone in the Wood. There you will find more companions and friends to guide and lead you on this journey.
Rena will look over at Swinks and go, you lead, I follow.
Swings will gather whatever needed, food, water, provisions, to start this travel.
Okay, perfect. So you're gonna get some provisions. I'm gonna say you can write down that you have, I'll say about 7 or so days worth of provisions. That's a reasonable amount. You can just mark it in one of your gear slots for each of you. Just 7 days worth of personal provisions. Things like that. And then each of you is going to get a gift from the mystics to help you. So, to Brina, you are going to receive a small, it looks like a little pendant that's wrapped on a long leather string. And the pendant looks similar to the crystal shard that was just shown to you. So it's a very peculiar looking pendant. So just mark down crystal pendant, I guess, in your gear. And then to Swinks, you are going to receive a little pouch of, you can mark down, I'm going to say 5 5 Erdroops. I'll type it for you in general discussion here. Erdroops. So you can get a little pouch of those. Now these are you're probably kind of familiar with these, maybe not. But these are the berries that give prophetic visions that the Sifa will use to see visions of the future. They've obviously recognized you have some kind of a gift or a reception for visions, and so they're going to give you a little pouch of that.
All right.
Okay. And they're going to, as you guys are making your way out, they're going to give you a final warning from... So, Brina, I'm going to say one of your mentors, I guess you could say, who is the healer, Ur-Im. He's going to kind of, after years of kind of you spending time with him, or I guess maybe one shrine, maybe I think you mentioned, of getting to know the healer, he's going to kind of pull you aside and say, Brina, take care that in your quest to help and heal others, you do not forget about yourself. Okay, and with that, Brina and Swinks, you are off on your journey. Excellent day. So, sounds good. So you guys are through Burntwood, and you guys are in Tall Trees. So jumping back to Tall Trees with Ayla and Hop, as you're kind of trying to get Hop back on his feet, get going again to Hop's detriment. You're gonna hear the sounds of some movement through the brush and some chatter. And before long, you're going to hear the familiar voices of your friends, Namdi and Gren.
Oh, thank goodness.
So they're gonna kind of come into the clearing and see that you're here with another very injured-looking gelfling, and they're gonna run over and Namdi very very concernedly is gonna say, "Ayla, what happened? Who's hello?" And he's gonna nod at Hop, and Gren is going to kind of get a little bit too close to Hop as he looks at where he got hit, and his eyes that are still kind of marked with the poison. And he's gonna say, oh no, this looks like a... Did you guys run into an Arathim?
Yeah, it was a giant creature. It was super scary. I thought it was gonna eat me. But this, my friend came to my rescue. But he got seriously hurt. And we need help.
Okay.
Hop kind of shrinks away and is like, who is that?
Oh, sorry. Let me introduce you. Hop. This is my Stonewood friends, Namdi and his little brother Gren.
Good to meet you.
Hi.
And
yeah, we sometimes play out here in the woods. That's what I was doing out here, actually. I was looking for them, but unfortunately, seems danger found me first. But then you did, so thank you for that.
Oh, of course, no problem at all. Ironically, I thought the light out here was going to be what made it hard for me to see, not whatever that stuff was that.
Oh my goodness!
My face.
Yeah, what are you doing in these areas? The endless forest.
Well, I don't know if I want to say.
That's okay. Oh my
I
gosh,
guess-
you're injured. We need to take you to like a village or something first before we talk anymore. Can you guys like take us back to your house or something, or is there like a healer in your village?
Of course, we can. A Stone in the Wood is close by. We can just take you across the Black River, and we'll get you to a healer immediately.
Oh, thank you so much.
Is he okay to walk?
I'm definitely going to offer like a hand, like Hop. I can help you along because I know you can't see.
Oh, thank you. I would appreciate that. And
Okay.
do you have something that I could, I'm guessing, well, I guess we might have already wrapped bandages around my eyes, but can we
Well,
make sure that my eyes are covered? Do you have something I could at least cover my eyes with? Because I'm not really used to the light out here. The last thing I remember is the trees had plenty of shade, but I'm just concerned about, I don't know what state my eyes are in right now, but I feel like I should cover them from the sun.
Absolutely. I totally understand. And so Ayla's now going to rip off I don't know, another piece of cloth from somewhere on her ridiculously fancy outfit that's just now becoming tatters. And is just gonna like gently try to tie it around Hop's head. And trying very hard to be gentle, unlike her very lousy healing check.
And as you do that, we see now that Ayla's once very nice kind of traveling clothing is now just like ripped to shreds. She looks like she's the one who took all the damage from an Arathim. But Hop's eyes are now covered, and both Namdi and Gren are gonna say, "All right, well let's make quickly for Stone in the Wood. We don't have a lot of time."
Okay, and I'm gonna really quick just whistle to my little wind sifter to come out of hiding and come with us.
And he's gonna kind of just stream down and land back on you, confident that the danger is gone.
Oh, perfect. I'm so glad you're safe. And I'll just with my hand that's not holding onto Hop, I'll just give it a little pet.
There you go, and he leans into it. He's enjoying that. Okay, excellent. So perfect. So Ayla, Hop, and the two Stonewood brothers are going to make their way off towards Stone in the Wood, while down at the Mystic Valley, Brina and Swinks make their way as well towards Stone in the Wood. Four different Gelfling from all stretches of life that are about to converge here at their journey's end. Awesome. And that is where we will wrap up for tonight's session.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Thank you.
Nice and short.
I'm so glad we were able to do that.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, here.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.